Greetings fans, hyperfans, and people just lost looking for videos of cats on YouTube. Today we are going to be talking Samurai Pizza Cats. We will be reviewing a toy, but not this one. You've already seen this one on my channel, and I have to say this is actually my least favourite Samurai Pizza Cats toy. Not because it's a bad toy, I mean he's kind of fun and I really enjoyed making him up, but because this was the only Samurai Pizza Cats toy you could get in the UK back in the 90s. There was a toy store called Toy Stack and they had him. They had a lot of him. They had towers of this toy from the floor to ceiling in every single one of their branches and not a single other figure. And this really annoyed me because I was going from store to store looking for the core cast, the rest of the support cats, and the burgeoning internet was telling me there were some really cool toys out there, including the main cast, all of the upgrades, and all I could find was this guy. The aesthetic, absolutely great. I had already been collecting sort of SD Gundams, and this is still where my love of Gundam kits lies, is these sort of super cute chibi versions of giant mechs. But all in all, I was kind of upset that Samurai Pizza Cats, which was a show that I really loved back in the 90s, did not have available merch. If you have not seen the show, it is pretty much all available on YouTube at the moment. It is a very strange show. It is an animated series with little 15-minute adventures. There is a progressive storyline to it, but the silliness, it just sort of overarches everything. It takes the mickey out of Super Sentai. It makes fun of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all the sort of anthropomorphic heroes of the 90s. And to be honest, well, the original Japanese show would totally get cancelled at the moment because there was a lot of really inappropriate gender issues. There were AIDS jokes going through it. Yeah, like not a kids show. But what we got in the West, which was Saban doing what they then went on to do very well with the Power Rangers, insofar as they bought the show, ignored the script, cut it together for an American audience, and yeah, it was really entertaining. But you don't actually care about my history with the show. You want to see the toy we're reviewing today. And I cannot even get the box into shot. I will try and do a pan and scan on this. This is a huge box, but this is from YoloPark. It is part of their AMK Pro series, and this is like one of the most amazing pieces of Samurai Pizza Cats merch that I have actually seen. I mean, not just in hand, but ever. YoloPark have been absolutely knocking it out of the park with the Transformers license. Not necessarily something I've been interested in, but I know there are a lot of people who love it. And this toy, like, I have had a little play with them now, and the quality is just so good. Okay, so the packaging alone, really well done. Very high quality. I mean, I'm not a box collector, but I'm gonna have to work out some way of keeping this. It shows you all the die-cast parts. Now, just in this image where they are showing, this is not CGI. They have sort of cast a translucent copy of this for their photography, and that actually leads me to think they're going to be doing some nice special edition stuff for this. I talked in my last video about how nice this box is, how it is embossed. There is spot UV on it. It looks like it's metallicized, but that's just sort of clever shading. But you want to see the toys. And again, I'm trying to open up this very big box very carefully. And in the box you get 2 trays. And I'll put the top tray off to one side for the moment and just show you everything else that you get. Not even mentioned in the box, so I don't know if this is going to be included in anything or just the ones that come straight from YoloPark or just the first few orders. But there's this really nice, very heavy duty sort of acrylic display stand showing the pizza oven and tables and trays from the Samurai Pizza Cat's day job as, well, pizza delivery guys. So really cool for display. You have the instruction sheet, which is not super long. We got sort of 12 to 14 pages, depending on how you're counting it. Some really nice illustrations, showing sort of part usage, inclusion. It's really very clear. It's all sort of photographic rather than illustrative, so there's no misunderstanding it. So here's basically what you get in both trays. And I'm going to just start with part A. So this is classed as a model kit, but it's way more like an action figure. The individual sections for each piece aren't too tight. That's one of my pet peeves with these things, is when you can't actually get anything out. So instructions, super simple. So it shows you how to put together the main body, each of the arms, each of the legs. Really very simple. The parts come out quite easily. I'm sure that if I just tilted this all the way forwards, everything would fall out. It's pretty easy to... Oh. I was about to say that I thought that was a paint chip, but no, it's actually ankle articulation. So there is a left and a right to everything, but it's really easy to work out which is where. Everything just sort of fits together super easily, and they can come apart. Nothing takes much force. So let's take the waste out. It's pretty much all ball joints or screwed hinges. Yep, that's metal. Let's get the other leg out. All just goes together really easily. Toe articulation, ankle articulation, no above the knee swivel other than what the ball joint gives you at the hip. That's still, you know, quite a decent range. Okay, I'm going to put that just out of shot. The helmet feels quite light. And the ears go on super easy. I'm remembering those sort of accent wear cat ear headphones, and I'm wondering whether they had actually seen Samurai Pete's cuts, because, well, actually, hang on a second. I've got my pair right here. That's definitely Samurai Pizza Cats inspired. Okay. Let's pull out a more serious face. Actually, before I put it in, that sort of two-part construction, it's this sort of slightly bluish tone to the eyes, which really makes it stand out against the white of the suit. The whiskers are moulded in, so it's the shadows rather than any paint. It's really nicely sculpted. Okay, I'm going to put the head to one side. Now I know that the little power pack fell off, so that way up. Yep, just sort of pushes on really nicely. Head pops on. The nice satisfying click. And the waist, you even get to pop in the tail on a ball joint. That's probably one of the weakest connections on this figure, but okay. I'm just going to put him off to one side and get some of the arm pieces out. Now I'm going to get the far more sort of action figure-y type hands. Now, where most of this is sort of quite a solid plastic, the hands have actually got a little bit of squish to them, which means that they pop on there quite well. I think they're assuming that you're going to be swapping hands a lot more often than any other piece, and that means it should grip the swords pretty well. Now the arms, a little bit more complicated. I'm going to assume that it's the metal spike into the top of the arms from the picture on the back of the box, and the shoulder pad goes onto the ball joint. So again, that just gives it a lot more range and easy to move it out of the way for posing. And that, I think maybe I should try popping the arm on first, and then popping the shoulder pad on. Yeah, okay, happy with that. shoulder pad moves freely out the way as you're posing the arm. Okay. Let's get arm 2 out. Okay, so second ball jointed hand. Shoulders, pop those in. And so there we have him. Now, accessory-wise, he does come with his Ginsu sword. Little peg on the side. Now, that's metal, so I feel so much more happy just sort of plugging that onto a tiny peg. And yeah, he is really nice. The plastic has got sort of a very satiny feel to it. The colours pop, the fact you don't have to paint anything, put any stickers on. I just love, because that's always been my least favourite part of model kits. The metal feet mean that he stands really well. I can probably get some quite dynamic posing out of that without him risking going over. There are 2 alternative faces in each of the trays, so that's 4 expressions in total. It's really easy to just pop the face off and swap the whole thing over. You should be able to like just about hold onto the sword whilst it's on the belt. Possibly have to swap hands for that. But it's not just the sort of superhero type poses, you can do all the goofy things. Which reminds me, we've got that entire second tray. Now, we know how these things go. You get the model kit and then you get 2 separate modes. So I'm now going to have to take all the pieces off of this one that I need to make up the second figure. Okay. There. That's it. You get to make both figures up without any part swapping. In fact, there aren't really any parts that are duplicated between these 2 figures. It is the same helmet. The faces are interchangeable, but the torsos, the arms, the forearms, the legs, the hips, all of it are completely different. Like, they have just looked like, I would have been happy just swapping the heads over. I'd have been happy with the clip-on armor. But the fact that you get 2 entire figures for £40, okay? I need to restate that. This entire kit is about £42 and you get 2 complete die-cast heavy Samurai Pizza Cat figures in the box. That's amazing. Okay. So let's talk about them as figures. I'm gonna pop the face back off of this one. Oh, that's so nice. Even sort of the tears are a different coloured piece of plastic. There is going to be no paint rubbing on this. And put that back on. So Speedy Servicé as Samurai Pizza Cat Hero has the bell, he has the power indicator, he has like ball jointed articulation at the shoulders, the pauldrons, the head. It's just a swivel at the waist. Oh, there is ab crunch. I did not even notice that. Tail is on a ball joint, but it's a little bit more fiddly. Hips on the ball joint. Actually, hips on a double ball joint. I think shoulders are on a double ball joint as well. The neck is on this weird sort of double hinge inside the neck, and then the ball joint to the head. You have a very deep 90-degree knee. You have a ball joint at the ankle. You have a very wide stance ankle pivot, and you have the toe articulation. The sword does not come out of the scabbard, but in the same tray you do get a swordless scabbard, and that's not the right sword to go with this. 1 second. I now have to go into the other tray to get the magical Turbo Ginsu sword. It slices, it dices, it cuts bad guys in 3 different ways. And you can apparently get it into the hand, but it is not easy. There we go. This is where that slightly softer plastic really comes into play. So I can take the sword off. Put the scabbard on there. There is no black dot on the edge, but anybody with, to be honest, even a Sharpie should be able to fix that. That's getting on a little bit tougher. That's a bit tighter. If that was not metal, I would be worried, but there you go. He has his sword, and if you've seen the show, he has a super mode where he takes second sword out of the scabbard, and then can perform a special move called the Cat's Eye Slash, and he is articulated enough to do the start and end poses of that. It's one of my pet peeves in toys is when the animation model does something super cool and then you cannot replicate that with the toy. So with both figures made up, you still have another 4 hands. This basically gives us double peace signs, a fist, a more open hand, and you have 2 additional faces, so you have sort of 4 in total, sort of for bursting out laughter, in mortal peril, neutral, and grumpy. Okay, so that's everything that we get with him. Let's have a look at Speedy Servicé in civilian clothing. He was just as easy to put together. The apron piece, which has this very cute cutout at the back for the tail to come through, but that was a little bit harder to pop in. The waist didn't want to go in as easily. I mean, it went in eventually, just like considering how buttery smooth everything else has been. Minor complaint. He again has all this articulation that the other version has the double joint on the neck. There we go. That's the problem. And when I say the problem, I'm saying this is absolutely sort of me nitpicking at the moment. I don't know if there is a slight mold issue or whether I'm doing something wrong, but the waist being metal and the joint being pretty much plastic, it just doesn't want to line up quite as nicely as his. Has all the same articulation. It has the toe bends, it has the ankle tilts, it has only a single ball joint on the arm rather than the second one, but I guess he's not doing such super poses. And on the back, he comes with the pizza delivery pack. Now, pull that off. Just leave him there. That opens up. He comes with a pizza. It is not die cast, but a slightly rubbery plastic. And he also comes with a small plug that you can use to fill in the space when you are not using the pizza. I kind of remember them having pizza packs that they were carrying, so I kind of might have liked a handle for that. Again, I am being nitpicky here, but the quality of these is just really impressive. How well the characterization in the face sculpts is, the posability, it's all just absolutely stunning. Now, to give you some size comparisons, I'm just going to bring in, this is the size that my vintage rescue team is. Now, I do hope that we eventually do get the rescue team, but I'm going to be posing my heroes at the front, rescue team at the back. I'm going to be quite happy with that. But that's not like a brilliant size comparison because that's an incredibly rare toy. So here he is next to a Star Wars 3 3/4. Next to a standard soda can. Next to a Voyager class transformer. Like, these are chunky figures. And I'm really quite amazed at how YoloPark have just caught the characters so well. Like, honestly, when I was first asked to look at these, I thought this was going to be far more sort of a static model kit that I was going to build, pose, put on my shelf. But yeah, I mean, I love the fact I've got both display options. I love the fact that it comes with a set of faces and hands that just really let you catch all the different tones of the show. And just the quality and consideration all the way through this have been amazing. Like, I love the fact that even the backpack can hold all the spare accessories, because losing those is like my #1 pet peeve with this kind of thing. Yeah, I'm just totally impressed with YoloPark for this. I'm really looking forward to seeing them doing Guido and Polly. I really hope that they go on to do some of the bad guys, some of the support characters. I'd really like to see Princess Vi and Lucille. Like, those two as a 2-pack would be amazing. Now, I kind of feel that if I just sort of sit here gushing about how much I love these, it's going to come across as really disingenuous. So I will say the one thing that has disappointed me with these, which is, yes, I love the fact I have the standard hero and the Street View. But he has a super mode. He, at the end of like episode 40, I think, along with the rest of the Pizza Cats, gets a set of super power armor. And I am okay with them not including it, but I do hope that there will be some way that down the line I can get that power armor for this figure without having to like completely rebuy a whole new triple pack, because I think having given us so much, holding back that last bit is going to be a little bit iffy. Even if they just do a triple set of the Goonie Birds, which is how they get their power armor, that's going to be an amazing set too, just on its own. So my conclusion, this is a fantastic toy. It's actually really worth the money. I know it's going to be really difficult to get hold of because pretty much every store that I have seen this on has now sold out of it, but YoloPark are going to be restocking. I'm going to put a link to them in the bio with the discount code. I do hope that they keep up this fantastic quality for the rest of the line. I'm sure they're going to do the rest of the main team. I hope they go on to do the support characters, and I will definitely be keeping an eye on YoloPark and seeing what they do in the future. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for sitting through me absolutely gushing about Samurai Pizza Cats and these toys in particular. Look forward to seeing you at my next video, and until next time, if you're keeping the mint in package, you're not a toy collector, you're a box collector.